Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my wife and I recently had our first child. She is a daughter, which is obviously awesome. Thank you. And my parents live in Columbus, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half away. And naturally, they would like to see us and their grandchild more. We are looking to upsize our home, and we were looking in the Dayton area originally because cost of living, we can afford it. They then offered to give us an additional, the difference between the prices of the home in Dayton to Columbus that would go towards our down payment, making it affordable if we moved to Columbus. That sounded good. It would be a gift, not like a loan. But then they mentioned that they would have to make it even and change the will slightly so that money was even with my siblings. So I got an extra $100,000. My brother would get $100,000 on the will, et cetera.
Yeah.
So then I started looking at it as like an interest-free loan against myself in the future.
You're saying because if you had received it as inheritance, you would have done what with it?
Well, it's not that I would have received it as inheritance, I would have done anything with it. It's just that it looks like I'm borrowing from my inheritance, which is weird because my wife and I worked really hard not to be in debt at all.
Well, I wouldn't think of it as borrowing. You're just getting a piece of it earlier.
Yeah.
For something that you want to spend it on. It's not a loan.
Okay, so you think that's fine then?
I do.
Yeah,
it feels like a gift.
Very much so. And as long as, are your parents in a good financial situation to give you this cash and it not hurt them?
Yeah,
they are.
Listen, I hope that one day I will be there when my kids buy a house and I'll be like, here's some cash to put towards your down payment. That's what I plan to do with Sam. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with this. If it's a place that you want to be, it keeps the payment where you had it originally. I mean, Rachel, do you see anything?
No, not at all. I mean, and if again you trust their no strings attached, that it is a free and clear gift. And what's interesting, Chris, there's a book called Die with Zero, and it's a really interesting read. And one of his takes that majority of people cannot do. A lot of people are not in your parents' position to have the cash flow to do something like this. But he was saying in the book, if you did, that actually your kids would benefit more from your money in their 20s and 30s than they would when they're 60 and 70 when they receive the inheritance. So it's actually, I would see it not as borrowing against your inheritance. It's actually putting you in a better position 30, 40 years ahead to getting your house paid off that much faster to invest that much more for your kids. Does that make sense? Like it almost is a better use of that money the earlier you get it, if you do something wise with it, like put it towards real estate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And we are in our late 20s, so that kind of checks out there.
Yeah. So
this is great. I love this for you. I feel like this is exactly what it's all about. Like it's all about having your money in order so that you're able to put the next generation in a better position. And so this is really money doing God's work.
Doing what it should. Oh, well, I hope that helps, Chris. And I would say too, something to think about for yourself, Chris, is, are you in a position emotionally to be okay with being given money? Because I know there's a level, not to stereotype, but even some dudes like there can be something to feel weird of like, oh my gosh, I'm getting helped by my parents. But what I would say to that, again, if the relationship is healthy and good, like put the ego aside, receive the gift.
Yeah.
Because I think it's fine.
I feel like it could definitely feel different if you're I'm not trying to enforce gender roles on anybody, but I feel like it could feel different if you're the guy and it's like the mother, your wife's family doing it. Yeah. I feel like it could feel a little different.
But totally.
Listen, a gift is a gift. It's a blessing.
Yep, that's great, Chris.